Welcome back to Late's Chess Podcast. And if I'm talking, that means somebody here who knows something about chess, at least. Welcome to the doctor.
Well, thank you for the welcome. It's great to be here. I don't know how much I know about chess, but I will share with everything that I don't know.
That's right. It, it's it's very apparent to me that I know this much, but I don't
Yes.
know way many factors of this much. There's a whole bunch of I don't even
Yeah.
have a clue
I
about.
don't even know that. I don't even know they existed until you just said that they
Not
did.
yet. It, there's
Nope.
it's like it's like in Shrek when the ogres, their layers. Was it the ogres or the donkeys? Which one was it? I can't remember. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know either. It's been a long time.
bad cultural reference number one of the podcast. We should have that as a drinking.
Yes, it's true. While podcasting. Yes.
Every time you mention Will Ferrell,
That's right. We'll foul drink.
I didn't
We'll
see
never
that
get.
one coming.
That's right. That escalated quickly. We'll never
There.
get out of here.
Oh, man, people be just don't listen to the podcast and drive if you're playing that. We
We'll
are
be
not
like in the
responsible.
The Guinness Book of World Records for the longest podcast.
I know. The last one
It's
we did that I released was where we started talking about racket sports for about 20 minutes. It was fantastic.
Did you leave it in?
Oh yeah, I left it in.
Okay. Well, people would be like, wait, I thought we were supposed to be talking about chess.
That's all right. You can hit the king with a pawn and a
Listen, but
tennis racket.
we can't help it that we are, we are people with many facets.
That's right. We have equal lack of prowess in multiple areas of this world.
And we're not ashamed to share it.
That's right. That's right. So if you want to have the late to ping pong podcast,
Oh my God, I could talk about ping pong forever.
all right, back. We're skewing back in. We're coming back in.
Okay,
All right,
back to chess. Back to chess.
back to
Okay.
chess. Let's
What are we
pretend we're
talking
talking about
about
chess
today?
for a while.
What are we talking about tonight?
So tonight we were torn with how we're studying because we're both progressing, so that's a good thing. And when what we do,
Oh yeah.
and then we started talking about maybe we do another chess dojo and combine the two because the dojo gives us several things that we use, I think, that are somewhat foundational to our progress to this point. I know I can give the dojo a large percentage of why I'm where I'm at, and you're like twice where I'm at, so I believe the same for you.
Oh, definitely. If it was, it's the dojo apparatus that has helped me get to where I am.
Yep. So
Sure.
with that, I would recommend for the rest of this, it's probably best to watch this one on YouTube because we're going to be doing a lot of mouse moving. Let's see.
That's
How do I
right.
want to do this? I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. All right. So, as Jesse likes to say, welcome to the dojo. So this is kind of the base screen that you get once you join the dojo, and this one's set for where I'm at right now, which is I think I'm 800, 900, something like that. So what do you typically see here, Doctor? What are you looking for?
Uh, I'm looking for what does the dojo want me to focus on for the week?
Yep.
And I look at, okay, make sure that, okay, this is how long, how much do they want me to do, and how long is it expected to take? So I have for my schedule think it's 3 hours a day, and with one rest day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and maybe I forget if it's Saturday or Sunday. I think I have an extra hour or two.
Okay.
That so maybe it's 21 hours
Yeah,
total.
I'm 2 hours
But
a
it's
day, three
Saturdays
hours on the
usually. I
road.
think a rest day, which they give you a little nice quarter moon. Is it?
Vacation day, I think it is, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a rest day. They call it rest day.
right. So that's over here.
Right.
Um, that's kind of what they call this the heat map, and this is kind of what you do, and then the majority of time you spend on each day is the different color, and that's how you know. Like I've been spending a lot of time. I think the orange is games, and the green is tactics. And
Right.
games includes annotation. So you see, I do a lot of orange and a lot of green, and then the cross swords are classical games.
Right.
So when you say this is what the dojo algorithm says we should do today, And then if you want to look at it in terms of weeks, this is what it says. Now I'm at the head top limit of the current cohort that I'm in, which is 100 elo points. So that's why I basically have just play more because that's really what I need to do to get out of this cohort. I've done, if you look at the full training plan down here, it's got several different aspects of the game. It's got non dojo stuff, openings, end game, middle game, tactics, games, and analysis. And then within each, there's expansive prescription for what you need to do at this level. So let me see. I think you're are you at the top of yours again, or are you still fairly middle?
Just I don't, and I just graduated to another group, new.
Okay, so yours would be a better one to go look at. So let me go find you.
It's all new. That is one thing I would, and we can wait to talk about that. Is that one of the things about when you graduate? It's neat. You're moving up, right? You're progressing. You're doing, your elo, all that stuff is going up, but you might not have been finished with this, like the material, the
Prior
squares that
one, yeah.
the what you might not be finished with some of those tasks,
Mm-hmm.
and now you have new tasks. Now sometimes, like for example, because each cohort and each rating, um how do I want to say, between the 16 and 17, or like 15 and 17,
Mm-hmm.
you're still doing the same stuff. So like reassess your chess was in the previous cohort,
Right.
so I'm still able to, okay, I'll continue that. Same thing with the sparring,
Yep.
with your but the polgars, it's interesting where now, okay, mate in threes, I'm still working out. I'm doing mate in threes, but I'm also still trying to finish the mate in twos.
Right.
Right. So it's hard to, sometimes it's like, okay, what do I do? Do I just finish the twos, or do I do both? I've been doing both. I've been doing, because I'll go down to the full training plan and try to say, okay, it says tactics or whatever, and then go to, okay, where am I? What did I do on mates and two? Okay, I'll continue that,
Well,
because you
you
can
can
forget.
change or look at the prior or higher
Right.
cohorts.
I didn't know that until I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I didn't know that till last week.
Look at all these hardware badges. Look at this guy. 25 annotated postmortems, mate in ones. Look at this guy.
And that's the other thing I want.
Look at
That's the
these
other thing.
graduations. He's like a Cub Scout here. He's got like his Eagle badge coming.
But here's another thing I want to say. And everything. This is all positive. It's not negative. Just things I've been thinking about. The So I will go back and go, okay, I did this. I've done 9 postmortems, right? Let's say you had to do
Yep.
11. I forget what it is, right? Okay.
Yep.
So I go back and I'll put the numbers in, and then it looks like I worked 40 hours or something in the week. But I was just catching up to what I've done that I didn't put down, and I
Right.
haven't seen a way to fix that. So I even tried avoiding the time and just
Right.
said, no, I did these, but it says,
Yep.
oh, well, if you completed this, well, then you must have done the time.
Yes.
But it makes it seem like I did all the time and all the work in the one week.
Right. Nope. I
So
get
I
you.
don't know. Yeah. So I don't know what to do about that, because I want people to think, I do have a day job. So I can't do 40. I mean, I don't always make the 21 hours either. That's a goal I have.
You
Um,
lie. You lie.
That's true. It's true. I missed it by a few hours, many days, many weeks, I should say. But still, I still put in a good amount of time for a guy who's got a full-time job, who's an adult improver.
Yeah.
But but
So
anyways, so that's one thing I would um like to learn how to do. I need to do it quicker, but
yeah.
sometimes I play a lot more than I'm doing something else, and I'll be ready to graduate.
Yeah. You had a big backlog in annotated games there for a while.
Yeah, and then I just went crazy and did it, and then it made it seem like that, that's all I did for a week.
This guy's a
Yeah.
lunatic. Yeah.
He's a lunatic. There's only 24 hours, but he did 56 hours today.
Yeah, he's got his time machine.
Yeah, right.
So just in case people aren't able to look right now, so the doctor's at a higher level. He's at, what are you at? 15? No, 1600.
Yeah,
So that converts to 2000 Lee chess, 2090, 2035 to 2090 Lee chess, and 1650 to
1850,
1950.
1950. Yeah,
Yeah.
1950.
Chess.com. And then USCF, your USCF is way off. So you're not going to graduate if you went by USCF until you get to 1750, which is a lot away from where you're at. But anyway, so
And that's the thing too. You're like, well, and that's really what I'm most interested in. But because of my work and life, I can't get away to do OTB tournaments. So not yet, anyways.
well, I'm still trying to convince you to go to Vegas with me. But so so for
I
you,
just want to
let's
say
just
one thing about Vegas.
yeah.
For whoever's listening, it's really not. I want to go to Vegas. It's my life. My wife won't let me go to Vegas. Okay.
I was gonna say I was gonna we'll talk later. I'm gonna try to negotiate. Just put her on
Okay.
lock. So
Yeah. All right.
so games and analysis. We're just gonna use you as an example because
Yeah.
you're
Yeah. Yeah.
newer in the cohort. Doctors' tasks are schedule your next classical game, which comes up every week. You want to schedule a classical game ideally at least once a week
Right.
because the goal is to play, I think it's 40 a year, maybe
Yeah.
50.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and then play 40 classical games per year, play, annotate 30 of those. I I try and keep them one to one. If I play a classical game, I annotate
Right.
it.
Right.
20 postmortems, which seems crazy, but when you're in the dojo, you work with dojo friends and teammates, and I actually have no trouble doing it. I think I'm up to like 40.
Well, I think that's the thing for me is that when you play in tournaments, online tournaments, or random players, like in Lead Chess or chess.com, I've asked people, but they're not
Nothing.
interested in doing
Nope.
postmortem. So only usually, sometimes it doesn't happen, but usually, like you said, since it's a requirement, it's easier to set that up with the dojo person.
I don't even think they're doing it because it's a requirement. I think they're doing it just because they're trying to help each other improve. I mean, you get a lot out of doing a postmortem because
Well, yeah, I
sometimes
mean,
I see things differently. I know this is a shock to none of the people watching this podcast. I see things differently than the doctor does, and he sees things differently than I do. And between the two of us, we might actually be a good chess player. So
yeah, right. Is
I
there doubles?
don't know, maybe might help. So 20 postmortems sounds like a lot. It's not a lot. We actually get those done like within a month or two, I would say. That's kind of normal.
Yeah,
Review 5 model annotated games. Now, the dojo has model annotated games for you to look at to show you what you could or should be doing at the level you're at, because what you annotate when you're 300 chess.com is vastly different than when you're 1500 chess.com.
right.
And then the three that really help in the dojo is founded on the plus minus equals, which is plus is people better than you, minus are people not quite as good as you, and equals are people that are roughly the same equivalent rating as you. And they want you to redo 7 games with higher rater, 7 games with lower rater, and 14 games with equal rated. Now, I think the doctor and I could probably finish those out. And then whether he classifies me as lower rated or equal rated is up to him. But we could finish those out pretty quickly because we do this fairly often. And remember, the doctor and I met because of the dojo.
That's right.
So you can
That's
blame
right.
the
Yeah,
dojo for this podcast. Well, maybe
yeah,
maybe we should rephrase that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not the dojo's fault. It's just
No, no.
so. And then tactics is the next section, and tactics is usually quite broad. And for this one, the doctor's prescription for this level is use the Polgar book. That's that big book that just says chess on the side. It looks like an old fashioned phone book. And he's got to get up through problem 1650. That's a good chunk of the mate and twos, right? You're getting close
Yeah,
to mate
yeah,
and three. Oh, you
yeah,
are in mate and threes.
yeah. I'm
Mate
in
and threes
both.
through
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm
ooh,
in both.
mate and threes to problem 4,462. Well, that's a nice round number.
Yep.
I got a lot of work to do to catch up to you, sir.
I hear
Uh,
you.
they've checkmate tests, and doctors got to get to a rating of 1700, which is not insignificant. What are you at now? 1500? Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the funny. Again, the funny part when you play a lot and you do well, you move up. You know, it was the last one was 1500, so I just made it. And
1501.
then 2 days, yeah, 2 days later or 3 days or a week later, you graduate and you're like, oh man, I gotta do get 200 more points.
Yeah, no problem. Piece of cake. Now this next one is one of the ones that's hard for me. It's the Puzzle Rush 5 minute score. You've got to get to 34. Now you look like
Yes.
you got a long way to go there, buddy.
Well, I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's not my favorite.
Done
I
it in a
like the
while.
survival much more than the puzzle.
Yeah, I finally did the survival and I was proud of myself. I got the required number.
Yeah,
And when I look at the new stuff, I'm like, oh, back to that 5 minute thing. I'm just not good fast. I got to work on it for sure.
doctor's an endurance athlete. And then Dojo has their own tactics tests, which are kind of fun. I think they're redoing them or reviewing how they are structured. But they just finished the checkmate test, so this is the next on their list, I think.
What the
Um, what's that?
tactic tests?
Yeah, tactic tests.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were very. I finally. It took me a while to figure out how to manage that. How to actually use it.
Yeah, they're not easy.
It was a little confusing to me. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're redoing it. I liked what they did with the checkmate test, though. That was good.
yeah, me too.
Then checkmate patterns manual. Is that a new book for you?
Yeah,
I can just click on it and see.
click on and see what it is because I wanted. I think
Yeah,
it.
33 chapters of the course. It's a course, checkmate patterns manual. It must be
Click on the manual. Okay, I want to see if I've already.
it's a chessable. Sorry, my internet's a little slow with the us doing streaming. Yep. Oh, look at him. I've seen him. Krzysztof Sielecki. So that's that. So that's something new. I haven't done that one yet. I don't even think I own that one yet. So it says Checkmate Patterns Manual, and then the Checkmate Patterns Manual final three chapters.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
sure.
And then Woodpecker Methods on here, up to 984. That's like the middle, the beginner and the middle, right? Intermediate.
Yeah, yeah.
And then suppose you get done with this and you finish it. Tactics are important. So they have this barrel here, which is online tactics tune-up. That's when you finish everything else, keep doing tactics. Don't give up on it. So and then your completed tasks, puzzle rush survival score 49. Doctor said 49. I'll do 50.
Thank you very much.
And he did.
Of course, there's no time limit there, and I took a very long time, but I did it.
Well, that's okay. You still got there. I'm at 38, so you're crushing me like usual. All right, then we move on to middle game because tactics, opening, middle game, end game. We got to do that. Reassess your chess. You got to read. Looks like you got to read the whole thing. Pretty close. Read Art of the Attack, another book. Spar middle game positions. That's another thing they give on the dojo. They have sparring positions, which two different positions for middle game. And if you want, I can click on it and see what it is. So this is a game from Karasatar. I don't know. White to play. You have to play this. Ideally, you always play these against other dojo members and see who can win from that position. So I have a feeling I'll be doing that with the doctor sometime soon. Uh, they're a fan of memorizing certain classic games that are kind of like bases for, your chess knowledge and understanding. I have
Did
trouble with
you,
those. Do you?
with what?
Memorizing the games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not, that's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I
And
think I'm
then,
be too old for that. But did you do, I might have missed it. Sorry. If you move back up, did you do the Art of Attack there?
yes, I didn't go into it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's a book, a Vukovic book. So,
Okay, cool.
um, and then study master games. There's a for each level they have several master games that you should look at and learn from. I like playing those out. I don't know about you, Doctor. Do you find it that to be helpful for you?
Yeah, I do. I like playing them out. I try to do, well, when I do them, I try to do 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to memorize it. I just want to, so I take about 30 minutes for each game and
Hmm.
play the moves. And it might take a little longer if it's something that's like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
which
Just
is
trying to
always
figure it
happens.
out.
There's always a couple things in the game you're like, oh, I would have never seen that.
Yep. Well, I didn't see that
And
one.
I still won't see it, even if I try to play it.
Well, they're called masters, and we aren't.
No.
So next to become endgame, and remember, this is tailored to the doctor. So you may be higher, so you may have different things. I'm lower, so I have different things. But this is what's at his level. This is what they think you need to do. Read Capablanca's best endings book. Sorry, Silman, several chapters. Chapter part 4, part 5, and part 9. You may have done other chapters or parts earlier, Doctor. And then there's algorithms for the end game, and the algorithms for the end game are really a great way for me, at least, to have learned some fundamentals of end game tactical approaches. What about you, Doctor?
Yes. Say it one more time.
The end game algorithms are really the best way I've found to learn the end games because it kind of you learn by feeling the pain of There's been a couple where it took me like 2-3 hours just to figure out what I was supposed to do.
Right, right. But that's the great thing about it, and I think you have to do it like I can't remember, like you have to beat it 3 times in a row or
Yeah,
something
three
like that.
times in a row in less than a certain time too. So,
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it's actually made my end game much, much better.
which is shocking because that was probably your worst part of your game when you were
Oh, I know. And now I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I know what to do with the king.
used to avoid end games.
Yeah. I'd
back
rather
in
resign
back in the day. Yeah.
back in the day.
Then there's some sparring positions for end games. Those are fun.
Yes.
Win the rep match. That's new. What's that? Did you do the chat?
I just became part of this group today.
Okay.
So I'm
Uh, Match against somebody in the cohort. Play with a 2+30 time control and play through the positions and try to win them as white or as black. And there's 5 of them. That looks like fun. I'll do that with you. And then on the middle game and the end game, there are dojo lectures, which we'll get to shortly.
yes.
We'll talk about.
I do enjoy those.
Yep, they're great. I just I think they deserve their own little thing. And then Doctor's at a level where he gets to do opening work. So let's see what Doctor's opening work. Build a response to 1E4. Build a response to 1D4. Build a response to one knight F3 or C4. The ready or the English. Ooh, look at that. Jesse's going to be mad. I knew that. Build a white repertoire. So those were the 3 black repertoires they want you to have. Then there's a white repertoire. Spar versus 1E4, spar versus 1D4. When are we going to do some sparring? We haven't done sparring in a long time,
I
Doctor.
know we need to. I know.
And then spar versus the knight F3 or C4. I will do knight F3 all day long for you if you want that. I play that actually. Spar the white repertoire, find model games versus 1E4, and find model games versus 1D4. I think the Doctor's at a level in the dojo where he's able to do all of this. I think on my level, there's like 2, and he's got, looks like 10 or 12. And then there's opening lectures, which we'll talk about those again. And then eventually you graduate. So each one of those activities, let's just pick one. Let's go back to games because that's the most fun, right? Um, Play 40 classical games. Okay, you already did all those though. So let's say that we have 20 postmortems. You haven't done any yet. If you update your progress and you add a postmortem and the time, it gives you points, dojo points. And what happens is down at the bottom, you can see how you're doing versus your cohort in total points. And Doctor's in, looks like second place, Doctor,
In the cohort, yeah. I
in the
forget if
cohort.
you click on the full score,
Yeah. And
it'll,
this is,
it,
this is, oh,
it'll
wait,
get,
you just started in this cohort. So you're probably not second place, but you're second place. Where are you?
no, no. I'm like 54 or something
Oh,
because this
30,
is the
so
full
37,
scoreboard.
37.
37. This is the full scoreboard,
Yeah.
not just that cohort.
Oh,
But
this
I
is
want to say,
everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I
No,
want
this
to,
is
I
just
want
that
to,
cohort. You have 37. How many do you have? You have 50 something people in the cohort, 51.
okay.
So that's you're 37, but you just got there, so you're not supposed to be high. All right, so
No, no, I still got. I want to say one thing about like the games, though, and the
sure,
annotation or
sure.
the postmortem. That those 40 games are annotated, right?
Yeah,
It's one of those things where I played those games, annotate them, but then when I graduate,
it goes to
it
zero
wants
again.
me to. It goes to zero again, but not the games because they were played. But now I have to do
40 more.
really I have to play another 20 more games
Yep,
to do 20 postmortems,
yep.
which is
So,
fine.
so one of the nice things that Dojo has is they've done the math for us, so they get
Yes.
equivalency. Like if you want to know what your chess.com rapid rating is versus your lead chess, this is what equivalency is. And it does FIDE, it does USCF, it does European Chess Federation, CFC. I'm not sure exactly who that could be. I think DWZ is German, if I remember right.
Yeah,
ACF, don't
I
know.
think CFC is Canadian.
Canadian. Okay, that makes sense. ACF, not sure. And KNSB is a radio station out in the West Coast. No, I don't think that's. But if you ever wanted to do that, and you can do that for all the levels, like if you go back to my level, it's vastly different. It's roughly half. So that's kind of what the curriculum is, and then you kind of set yourself. Like if you go over to your profile, you can set up what your commitment is. How many hours per week do I want to chain? Do I want to train? What days do I want to train? Like there, you could have a job where you're or a life where you just can't do it on Fridays or whatever. And then you set it up and then you try to make an agreement with yourself. Right now, oh, it's still on my summer. Okay. So I got to change mine. Mine is 2 hours every day except 3 hours on the weekends. So what is that? 10, 16 hours. And I'm usually above it. So, doctor, you have what? Saturdays is your break day?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So training plan, ratings, and then you have activities. Activities would be what you've done and then what friends have done. And then one of the nice things I like about the dojo is that it tells you what your dojo score breakdown is and what your time breakdown is. So right here it says 62% of the time I play games or annotate games. Really it's annotate because I my games are short, my annotations are long, so it adds up. And then it divides it up and tells you whatever else you've done. And this is total. So I've got 1,600 hours roughly since I joined the cohort. And then you can break it down and get all kinds of fun things. Uh, so this is all the activities here that I've done, completed annotation of games, and this news feed is other friends and fellow dojo people that I'm friends with. Um, we should probably do games first, and then let's do tournaments first. What do you think?
Okay.
So within the dojo tournaments, there
If you,
are round robins, which are shorter games, but it's kind of a 5 to 10 players, and we play a round robin against each other. And then the open classical. Have you done the open classicals yet, Doctor?
no, just finished the round robin.
Okay. What did you think of the round robin?
I liked it. It was only there's only four of us,
That's the minimum. Yeah.
or five.
4 games, right? Yeah. I think it was 4 games. So what happens is you get a team of fellow dojo players and you play each other, and then there's actually a winner. And then at the end of the year, there's actually a champions tournament. If you win one of the tournaments, you get to play in that. I did that last year, but I did it at such a low level, I have no chance of winning. So
Well, I think I won the. I think I'm gonna be the winner of the round robin
okay, so at the end of the year, you'll play in the champions tournament
of round a round robin one.
of all the round robins. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And then the Open Classical, I think, is 7 rounds and it runs weekly. So you just have to play
Okay.
one long game a week. And depending on your level, I think it's under 1,900 Lee chess and over 1,900 Lee chess. And then you play against each other. And then you have like a weekly, it's a weekly game and then 7 weeks of tournament games. And then you play that. And then the Dojo Liga, I have never played it. Have you played that yet?
No, I see it. I've never even clicked on it.
Well, we could click on it now, but
Yeah,
just
let's see. I don't even know what it is.
the
I
Dojo
mean,
Liga.
I'm assuming it's that means league.
Yeah.
But one of the things I notice in like chess.com, I'll get a notification about a dojo. I think it's the Dojo Liga tournament, maybe, but
Mhm.
nobody ever plays in it. It seems like.
I don't know. I've never looked at it because I never see it. We got to go over Discord too. Don't let me forget that.
Okay.
Um, so let's. You want to do games first or live classes? What do you think?
Games.
Games. Okay. So there's a full database, which is every dojo's members' games that they've published, because you can keep your games private or you can keep your games public. And then there's a separate category for personal games, my games. So um, let's go to full database. And then you can see this is every game that's been pushed out in the dojo, and you can search by cohort, you can search by player, you can search by position. I've never done that. You can search by the opening. I've done that.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Well, that's why we're doing this, because there's so much in the dojo. Sometimes you can get lost. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
if you're a psychotic person, you could download the entire full database of all published games, and I guess you put them in ChessBase. But let's go to I'll go to this game here. This is a game I played a couple weeks ago, and what happens is you're able to annotate your game, and this is kind of how I do my annotation, and Doctor does it kind of similarly. And then you go through the game, and you can annotate each move or whatever you choose to do, draw arrows, do all that fun stuff, do options, do different alternate lines. And then if you click on this button up here, you can turn Stockfish on or off. Now, I do a full review by myself, and then hopefully with a postmortem on top of it before I even click on that button. But doctor, how do you use this?
I just go to the game move by move and annotate it. I never check the engine because I really don't know how
Okay.
that. I mean, I know better now thanks to you, but I don't ever check the engine. If I play on Lee Chess, after I annotate, I'll do. They have what they call the analysis board, and
Hmm.
it'll tell you if you mistakes you made, things like that.
Yep.
But I've already done the annotation, and I already it's pretty
Yeah. Try
in
to
my
try
games
to do it.
pretty my games it's pretty obvious where the mistakes are.
This
So
is true. It's really a good idea to get your thoughts out
but
of your
yeah, I
head.
don't. But on the dojo, no, I don't use the engine.
Okay. I think it's a really good idea to get your thoughts out of your head and onto the, I would say paper, but this is not paper, obviously,
Yeah.
before you look at the engine, because the engine will cloud what you think you saw. Right.
Right, right. I mean, I'm always amazed. I tell this to Bill. I said, man, I thought I had a good game, and then when you kind of put on the engine afterward, because Bill helps me a lot with my games, annotating them. Um, I'm like, oh wow, no, wow, that really was terrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're comparing yourself against an engine that's 3,500 ELO, yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible. So, let's see, what else do you have? So you got all your annotations. You can put these little glyphs in here. You can do like blunders, questionable moves, things like that. One of Jesse's favorites is the clock. This was a short game, so the green line is the ideal, and then how you deviate from that. You're obviously if you're above the line with time left over, or below. If you're below, you're a sloth. If you're above, you're a rabbit. And then this number here is kind of a mathematical formula that says how close you were to the ideal. So the higher the number, the better. And if you're above the line, you're a rabbit. If you're below the line, you're a sloth. It used to be a what was it? A snail? What was the first one?
Yeah. Was it a snail? A
I don't.
snake? A snail? I don't know.
It was something. It wasn't a sloth. It's a sloth now at
It
popular demand.
was. That's right. Our cohort, the Morphe cohort, came up with the sloth idea.
That's right. So now we're going to click on another button that I don't know that the doctor has ever clicked on. So
Oh
this
yeah.
this is how to share it. So if you ever wanted to take anything out of the dojo, I like to print these games. So what I do is I want all my comments, I want all my variations, I don't like the QR code. I can get rid of that. And then I want to see positions every four moves, and then you can download it as a PDF, and you can actually have a notebook with all your games if you wanted to. I'm not sure a doctor's ever done that. That
No, I
seems
haven't done that.
rather non-techno-amish, so I don't think he's going to be doing that. And the
No,
other
no.
fun thing is if you click, like we were doing the annotations with the pencil. If you're on somebody else's game, like Doctor could leave comments on my game, like "Billy, you fool, why did you move that move?" and enter, and then these comments will show up here as well. So you can get multiple people reviewing your game. My games aren't good enough for other people to go to do it, but if they wanted to, they could. Um, so that's
It's
kind of
really
fun.
good too when you have. I like it. I like it in general that people do it that I know, but I really like it when they're a person that I don't know
Yes.
and they're above me.
Hmm. Yep. It's really helpful because you get multiple people's perspectives and what they think, and they may not be right, but it's at least some another different way of thinking about it. So there's that,
Right.
and live classes. You think next, Doctor?
Yes.
Okay. So live classes is relatively new. This started this year. We were kind of the guinea pigs last year and got this thing rolling, but each month, some of the live classes will change. Like one month, we had the board visualization one. Did you do that one? I can't remember.
I could do it for a couple times, but then work got in the way.
Yeah, life. And then beginning end games, that was a very good one. And they're all rated. Like these two were both done by actually these top three are all done by Jesse. This was a 0 to 1,000 ish. This one's 0 to 1,200. These again are rough numbers. And
Right,
then
right.
0 to 1,200 logical chess move by move. We're going through two games every week, and you can see we have 8 recordings. So guess what? We've done 16 games. Pretty weird. High temp math. Even Doctor can do that math.
Well,
Maybe with
maybe.
an Excel spreadsheet. And then Kostya does some classes. He's done this calculation for the 1,000 pluses. You could get something out of it even if you're under 1,000. Intermediate end games. They have an IM who comes in and she's been doing this class for 12 weeks. Then there's middle game. They have a GM. He came in and he's been doing this, I think, again for 12 weeks. So that's relatively new. And then Kostya's got another class where he's doing a D4 starter repertoire. And the thing that the dojo is going to be critical of is not critical in a bad way, but critical in terms of importance
Right.
is it's not enough to memorize moves. You gotta know the plans. You gotta know the
The ideas.
yes, the potential middle games, the potential traps that you have, and the potential traps that other people could play on you. And then David did a course on the Nydorf 1 month, so there's 4 recordings on that. So I don't know that it's everything you ever wanted to know about the Nydorf, but he's actually done a full course on the Nydorf. But this was 4 weeks worth, and it was good, but it wasn't an opening that I was into. Then there's another tier which the Doctor and I have been on since the beginning, and like I said, we were in the beta group where they do game and profile reviews. And the nice thing is, if you can't be there, it's recorded so you can see what it is. And the way it's structured, Doctor, why don't you say how it's structured? I've been talking way too much.
Oh, how the cohorts is,
Yeah,
the review is.
yeah, the games.
So one day we meet twice a week, and on the let's say on a Monday, we meet and we review someone's game, whoever's up. Let's say 5 people. We just each week is a new person. They share their games with us, and then we can look at them. Before we meet, and then when we meet, they pull up the game off the dojo, share it, and go through it move by move. And we make comments, ask questions, fully review it. Usually only have time for one.
Yeah, one, maybe two. That's about all we can fit. Um, and then once the group goes through it, then later the uh, sensei of the group, like in Team Morphe, which is the 0 to 1,000. Jesse's the sensei for the group. I don't think Kosti has covered for it yet, but they'll go through it. And I don't know about you, Doctor, but when we go through it as a group, even though there's four or five, six of us, then Jesse, for instance, goes through it. He always sees something we didn't even think about. Not even
Right. It's actually it's quite enlightening to go through it with your peers, and then the sensei comes along, and you're like, "Oh, I did not see that coming."
yep. Drinking game.
So yeah, yeah, and Jesse's always, he's always insightful, funny, and you're always. He seems like, or at least for me, he's gonna ask questions that you have no answer for.
Sometimes, yeah. And you just see the difference between where you are and where you could be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes it's easier to make the journey when you don't even have a clue where the end point is. So this is what I've seen. It's like, oh,
Mm,
I am so far away.
yeah.
So that's the live classes. We've done the tournaments. We've done the calendar is just a schedule of events, and that's where you know where the classes are and everything. But then there's this other bucket that we didn't talk about. The dojo has its own puzzles. It's got several courses that you can take, like that are
Right.
included. You can do your King Pawn end games. You can do King's Indian if you want to do King's Indian defense. Um, Caro Khan, aggressive E4. Some of them are included, like there's David's Najdorf. This is the full course. King's Indian
Right.
defense, King's Indian attack, E4 professional repertoire against the Caro Khan. That's rather narrowly focused, but these are things that are there. So that's kind of fun. I don't know if doctors even seen these. Um,
No, I haven't.
well, I'm chock full of clicking.
Yeah.
Books that the dojo recommends, you can see here. If you go up to all cohorts, you can actually see the books that are dojo recommended for different levels. Now, remember, this isn't 0 to 300 chess.com. This is 0 to 300 ELO dojo, which has a correlation. So it's a little bit higher on chess.com, things like that. And you can actually get this whole list and you can look and say, what am I going to get? Because what I like to do is when I'm getting close to graduating and go look at this and say, all right, well, if I'm going to graduate next week, what book do I need to order now? So I have it. So I need Logical Chess Move by Move, and I need Jesse Kry's Master of Time and Polgar I have and Zero One. Oh, I got to read Winning Chess Tactics by Yasser Zero One. Can't wait. Things like that. Here's a list of all the sparring positions, and you can click through them. Here's model annotations, and they're listed by level, so you can see what your cohort or maybe the cohort above you, how they annotate games. And these are the games to memorize. Here's a list of all the rating conversions if you want to know what it is. Like I am 1650 chess.com. What would I be if I went and played a tournament in the ECF? What am I approximately rating wise? Is it 7 or is it 24,000? I have no idea, but this would be able to tell me. And it's got conversions for lots and lots of different courses. I mean, lots and lots
Right.
of different places. And then there's a shop with some swag. We need a shop for swag. Well, so we kind of have one. And then one of the things that's
Social
yeah, socials where
clubs.
you can do the news feed, the scoreboards, clubs. Oh, that's right. We didn't do clubs, did we? So this is mine. So Heat Mac Heroes. Glad to say I have not missed a day. I don't take these vacations like Dr. Human.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. What else do I have? 75 plus. Who is this? Oh, no, these are all clubs. These aren't the ones I'm in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wow.
Yeah. No, I'm not in these. So I did start a couple clubs though. There's the Late to Chess Podcast Club here. There's the 50 and over podcast club. I did not start that. I'm not saying I did. There's the We Lift Heavy Things podcast. There's the
Morphe Chess Club.
Morphe's got one. Everybody seems to have one. So there's lots of different clubs here, and there's one for Stockholm, there's one for St. Louis, there's one for Sweden, and there's one for Spanish. So if you speak Spanish predominantly, you have a bunch of people there. Then there's Team Morphe, Team Lasker, Team Capablanca, Team Steinitz. That's the weekly clubs. And then UK's got a club. I'm just reading a few of these just because that's how I roll. Virtual Reality Dojo, who play people who play chess in VR. Okay. There's a Japanese or Japan dojo, women's dojo, visualization club, things like that. So you can find people with common interests. I made
Right.
one that's the Chess Desert, which is where I live, and to the surprise of nobody, I am the only member because there's nobody around here.
Yeah, I should join. This is the same where I am.
Yep. So that's that. And then another thing that the dojo does is they tie in to Discord, and that's where things get a little clunky, but I think they're useful. So if you're used to Discord, it'll be easy. If you're not used to Discord, Discord's not the best, but it is quite good. Now, up at the top, there's this little, I don't know, it looks like a mask to me or a game controller. I don't know. What do you think,
I
Doctor?
think it's a game controller.
Okay. And that's where Discord was made. This was made for sharing things. So that's where you do your direct messages to different people. So here's some of my friends. Late to Chess has a Discord channel. Who knew? I did. And then go to Chess Dojo. Now, Chess Dojo is this little yellow and black gi. And what it does is it has everything going on in the dojo. And you can see and you can pay attention to what you want and you can ignore what you want. So I have a way of putting my favorites up at the top. So I have Team Morphe, which I just got kicked out of. I guess I better add my other one.
You're
Uh,
wrong.
I'm dead to them, I guess. And then here's where there's grad shows, achievements, uh, technical feedback. If you've got a bug, you can report a bug because with every website, as they grow, they get more and more. Training channels is one of the cool things, though. So what you can do here is you can go in. I'm not going to go in because somebody's there. You can go on to this channel right here, and you guys can talk to your friends for postmortem, and then other people in the dojo can come see what's going on and give their ideas. And a lot of times, the people who come in are quite good. Like I had a postmortem there that went for like 2 or 3 hours, and it was just amazing. It was awesome. And then there's other the live classes have their own. Oh, look at that! I am already there. Make that a favorite. Where's that? Pin to channel top. There we go. Because I'm in there now, and these are the different live classes. Then there's books. I mean, not books. There's groups about the openings. If you're playing King's Indian, there's a whole forum on that. Doctor, aggressive repertoire, French. All the Caracan people are here, and then your different cohorts are down here. So the Discord integration to the dojo is quite helpful. Not necessary, but quite helpful. Did we miss anything, Doctor?
I don't think so.
Okay, I think
Trying
we
to think.
covered most of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so as far as the dojo goes, how do you use the dojo, Doctor? Like personally?
I use it every day.
True.
I take my I do the tasks that they say that my that's connected to my cohort, and I do them, and that's really, and that's where I put my games that I play and annotate the games as well.
Hmm.
Um, Looked at what's going on in some of the clubs that I'm part of. Usually check that out once a day. Yeah, that's pretty much. I follow the training plan. That's what I do, and then I have my own personal extra stuff that I do outside of the
Jojo.
dojo. Sorry,
Jojo.
who's
Jojo was a
JoJo?
man who thought he. I'm
He,
sorry.
he thought he was a woman, but anyways. So yeah, so I use it every day. I mean, in my schedule is I just have it written down dojo time, and so if it's cohort peer review, whatever, that kind of thing. I count that as one of the hours. And then
It
the other
is
2 hours
for
I
sure.
do I do the other hands-on chess stuff.
Okay. I do it a little different. So
Of course you do.
I know, to the surprise of no one, Doctor and I do things differently. So there's the daily dojo and then there's the weekly dojo. And sometimes I'm not in the mood for what they want me to do on a daily dojo. So I try and look at what the weekly dojo says and try and fill the time. And then once I fill that time, then it's let's say I'm supposed to do 3 hours today. Then it's time, anytime I can put in above that, I can do anything I want, because I've already done my dojo commitment. So,
Interesting.
yeah, so it's kind of like wild card. So, maybe I do a little bit of something that's bothering me or something I'm having trouble with, or maybe I do a little more tactics or calculation or things like that. So, the base of my foundation is dojo. And then anything I do above and beyond that, I try and stay in the dojo, but that doesn't mean I don't 100% follow the dojo, especially on a daily basis. But if you look at a week, I try and get the week done. Like if I skip something on Monday, I may do it on Thursday,
Yeah.
but I end up getting it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you're just
I
not
do
in
it.
the mood.
Yeah. I do it a little different. Yeah. Where I do all those things and then I do things that are not technically part of they're not part of the dojo requirements.
Right. But you can still enter them. I mean, you can make, and that was one thing we didn't cover. You can make manual additional tasks. Like if you said, like the doctor at the level you're at, maybe you think you need to read Deveretsky's Endgame Manual. I'm just picking, or maybe an Agard book that's definitely not in the dojo, but you think you need to. You can add that as a non dojo book that you're reading and record the time. And the nice thing is you get to see what you're spending your time on. And as you're spending the time, if you're improving, you're doing something right. If you're not improving, maybe it's what you're doing.
Yeah. I think that's a good point.
So, uh,
I don't I just started writing that stuff in because I do the same thing. Like the dojo it's the same, but there's a variety within that sameness, I guess. So there's three or four different tasks, right? That are on that daily thing that I do. And so that's like I guess that's some variety in there. But then the outside stuff is I do the same thing. Like I do let's say I do 50 tactics every day, you know,
yep.
and I do work on the opening 30 minutes white, 30 minutes black, if that's not prescribed on the dojo for that, that
Hmm.
day. Or so I'm such a routine person that I mean I pretty much do the same thing every day
That's why he
and
wears
don't.
the Late to Chess podcast hat every podcast.
That's right. I am. It's just so I do, yeah, like I said, so I do the same amount of puzzles. I do the same amount from the same websites, do the same amount of tactics from the same course, that kind of thing. Until I'm done with that course, then I'll move on to something else.
Yeah. And it's working for you. I mean, your rating has grown appreciably since we started the podcast, and even more if you look at when you started the dojo.
Yeah, repetition it's interesting. Repetition and understanding ideas, very good for my chess.
Yep. Yep. So, is the dojo?
People, yeah,
Go ahead.
go ahead. Sir.
No, you.
I was going to say that at our level, anyways, repetition is good because people really do the same kind of things, make the same moves, make the same mistakes,
Yeah.
And if you can add some ideas along with that, you have an edge to people that don't regularly train the same important things,
Yeah.
I think.
And the other thing that it did, especially in the beginning, like when I was trying to do this originally by myself and trying to figure out what I needed to do, I would be like ping ponging from thing to 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 thing. And the dojo just said, "Stop doing that, you idiot. Here's what you need to do." And these people are much better than we are, still much better than we are, even though you're much better than when you started and I'm better. Um, this is what you need to do. The normal errors that you think are unique to you are probably not. And this is what your problem is. And this is what you need to do to address it. And that's what they put out for the dojo. And then it kind of gives you a direction and keeps you pointed as opposed to wandering around and going, oh, I should go listen to this person, or oh, I should go listen to this person. Oh, I need this book. Like listening to the perpetual. chess podcast is great for Amazon because I buy so many books. But
Yeah.
I have 7 books by Agard. Great author, tremendous chess player. So far above me. I think he's above you and I added up.
Oh
I
my
am
goodness. I can't understand it really.
no,
I can't, it's not my, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm never going to get to the level where I could read that book. That's actually one of
Yeah.
my goals. Get to the level where I
We,
could actually read one of his books because I bought them. I have them.
yeah, I can read them. I just want to understand the
Yeah,
damn thing.
well, that was kind of part of the reading thing for me. So
Okay. Yeah, I think that the dojo keeps it simple.
it does. It's not, it doesn't have to be hard. We make it hard.
We make it. That's what when I decided finally to stop the ping pong, and like you said, that's really when things changed. When I just focused on really hard on what the dojo says, and then repetition on my other stuff
Yep.
every day. I didn't. I stopped looking at 5 million. I don't, and I'm not very good at the like you're good at it, but I'm not good at watching a video and learning from a video.
Yeah.
And so, but so it doesn't matter. So if you're not a book person and you say, well, listen, if you train with video, that's great. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
But,
whatever works.
but pick one. But I would suggest, like, well, it's really what the dojo recommends. Whatever you do, pick one thing and do that thing until you're done with that thing, and then move on to the next thing.
And do it well and do it full concentration. Do the hard work. You know,
Right.
don't do a puzzle and just guess. Don't
Right.
don't just watch a don't just read a book on a grandmaster's classic game and just read the words and don't even think about where the pieces are. Like get a chess book out, chess board out, and
Right.
move the pieces and play guess the move. You know, do the hard work to try to really get the most out of it. So it's not just how many minutes you do, but what the quality of those minutes are.
Right. And nobody, the reality is none of us are going to be masters. None of us are going to be that are in the dojo for the most part, because that's a worldwide statistic. I'm not picking on any.
No, there's
And,
very few people in the world that are.
yeah, they do that. But you can become a really good chess player. You can become a better chess player. Maybe that's a better way to say it. A
A
better
decent
chess
P.
I think you can become a decent chess player to where you play OT, and especially if you're interested in OTB, but it can be online too. That's fine. I've enjoyed it more since I've been really focused on the work of the training. Um, but you can, you know, if you stick to this, you can become a really good chess player and manage to achieve some goals that you have.
I mean, per dojo, you are a DCP now. You are not willing to recognize it, but you are a DCP.
Nothing counts unless it's OTB. When I start playing tournaments and I improve, hopefully, like I have online, and that reflects it, then I'll feel like a decent chess player. And like I said, I only have, it's funny, from the beginning and now I've only had one goal, but maybe two goals, three goals. I'll say three goals. Become a decent chess player, have fun, and win a specific one tournament that is important to me. Um, I have an opportunity to play well enough to win it before I die.
Yeah,
So
you got
uh,
time. You got
I
time.
got time. I hope. So it's simple. It's nothing. It's no big grandiose, stuff. We're trying to keeping it real, as the kids say.
Yep. All right. So last question, unless we wander into something else and start talking about ping pong or racquetball again.
Oh God, I hope not.
That's because you're gonna lose.
Oops.
Um,
Are you okay?
I knew that would get your attention. Um, what has the dojo most helped you with? It's a three-part question.
How's it three part? What does that? It's one
Because
part.
that's the first part. It's my podcast. I
The
get to do
first.
whatever I want. It's just like you. You
Okay.
get to do whatever you want.
Okay. It has helped me enjoy the game of chess like I did 37 years ago when I was in high school.
Okay.
I'm
What is
obsessed with it again and I'm in love with it.
you are? I can vouch for both of those. Two
Right.
thumbs up. Okay. What caused you the most problems within the dojo? Like even back in the beginning when you were first getting involved, I guess. Like what was
Using
tricky?
using the dojo.
Hmm. Well, that's why we have
That's
this great podcast. We solve this problem.
right. That well, yeah, you asked, and I'm telling you, that's what my earliest problem was because as you well know, I'm technologically deficient,
Yep.
nicknamed Techno Amish.
Hmm.
And actually Techno Amish too. We have our good friend Ladybug, who's also Techno Amish, but she's the first.
Yeah.
She's Amish one. So,
Yes.
anyways, I'm Techno Amish too. So, learning, I can learn it. It just sometimes takes me a little longer, and you helped. And it's not because it's not user friendly. It is,
It's just so
but
big.
it's big. And I think for you're a younger person, you grew up with this, so you'll take to it like that, right?
Yeah.
And they'll ask you, "Hey, we have a problem with this." You say, "Oh, I can fix it," because I know dojo members have helped the dojo
Yep.
fix some technological issues. So there you go. So yeah, I think that my biggest problem was how to use it,
Hmm.
not technically how to use it, but then also how to use it in an efficient manner.
Right. Right. So, what's the best part of the dojo to you?
All right, now I don't want to be all feelings about this
Oh
because I know
no.
Bill,
Oh
Bill
no.
don't like feelings.
Does not
Bill don't like
compute. Does
feelings.
not compute.
But the best thing that's happened to me through the dojo are the people that I've met, and particularly, I want to say that Bill, is the best part because, the older you get, just say it clearly, the older you get, you don't make all the friends like you used to make when you were growing up, and
Yep.
so to find a friend with the same kind of interest at 57, it's a gift. It's something to be grateful for. I'm doing this podcast, and we share. And it's not just chess. You become friends. You talk about all sorts of things.
We
And
do.
same thing with our. And I want to shout out to our friend, Ladybug too, who is in on that initial group
Yeah.
and is our friend, and we talk about chess and all other things. So to me, it's the people I've met, the friendships I've made, and I have to say, I want to shout out. I'm sure Jesse probably. I don't know if he likes
Yes,
shout
he's
outs or
still
not.
listening. No. Well,
So, but he's probably not listening. But I want to shout out to Jesse because he makes it fun. He's got a good sense of humor, and I like when I'm in a class or a group that he leads. I always learn something, and he's a great guy. He's made that worthwhile. He's
yeah,
made it
for
worthwhile for
sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
So yeah, those are the three things.
okay. I think the one thing that I didn't know how I would do when I first started playing chess was how do I find people, you
Yeah.
know? Because you're like, I'm older than you, and
He doesn't look it, folks.
whatever, it's fine. But you know, how do you? There's this joke. I don't know if we're original or not, but Vicky always says like the only way you make friends when you're an adult is because your kids are friends with their kids.
Yeah.
And you don't really grow friendship. I mean, you have friends at work and you have friends maybe at the gym or something, but
Yeah.
church, whatever. But you can't just walk up to everybody and go, "Hi, my name's Bill. Do you play chess? Hi, my name's Bill. Do you play chess?"
Right.
But the dojo, um, even the players who are much better than we are, and by much better, it could be a little much better, or it could be way better. They're all
Yeah.
willing to, you know, give back and help the. I mean, in the on the chess totem pole, we are but peons, and
I don't even know if we're on it, but yeah.
I know we're still the ants crawling over to the totem pole.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they'll spend literally they spent 3.5 hours on one game, and the game wasn't that good. And just going through things and for nothing, just because they love chess and they want to help you and you help you. And there's literally thousands of people in a dojo who do that, and it's an amazing group of people. So I highly recommend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a great thing that people of all levels trying to help each other out, listening,
Yeah,
offering their insights, which can only uh, make you better.
yeah. Well,
It can
hopefully.
only make you
Seems
better.
to.
So,
Even if you don't show better elo, you know more. You're a better player, and the elo is not a measure of how good you are. It's a measure of how good you've performed against the rest of the population. So, we have a podcast coming up on that at some point because doctors hate
on what?
elo. On elo, what elo means, what elo doesn't mean. A higher
Uh,
elo does not mean you're a better person, doctor, right?
or a better player.
Does not even mean that.
No, listen. If we're going to talk about Elo next time,
It's on the list.
subsection A, farming, with a picture, my picture right next to it.
That's right. I've got several of them.
That's right. The greatest farmer in dojo history.
That's right. He not only does it well, he does it often.
I'll play anybody. I don't care.
Are you 4 years old? I'll play you.
I'll play it. That's
You got
right.
points. You got points I can take
No,
from you.
I'm not playing no. I'm not playing no 4-year old because you're gonna beat me.
It's sadly probably true.
It's very true.
Anything to wrap up the dojo episode? I think we were overdue to do one of these, and we
Yeah,
thought,
no, I love the dojo. It's great. It's got three, and it has one thing too. I want to say, it has different tiers, at different costs and different levels
yeah,
that you can participate. So, as low as $15, you get a month gets you a certain stuff. 75 gets you a certain amount, and
the
then
live classes
two,
is the 75. Yeah,
yeah, and then $200 a month gets you the whole shebang. And if you can't do that, there's, like I said, there's
yeah, and the $15 a month gets you 90% of what's there. You know, and to be honest, the $15 a month saved me more than $15 a month for all the junk I was buying. I would buy stupid stuff, books like the Agar books, that great books, not what I needed when I was just learning how to play this game. And I ended up saving money. This is kind of the logic my wife uses. I saved money by paying money to the dojo.
wow. Actually, there is some kind of logic because if when you're on your own, you're like looking at the next shiny thing or whatever it is, and
That's
but the
why.
do
No, that's
yeah,
why.
yeah,
No, no.
that's what I need, right? Dojo tells you what you need. So yeah, at any level, you can connect with other chess players and even those who work in the dojo.
Yeah,
So
sure. And they do
so it's okay.
come and talk to you. Like, just because they're a GM, that doesn't mean they don't come and say hi.
Yeah, they're great. All the three that we do know, and then the that we seen and heard, and others that come in and teach classes are
Yeah.
all very willing to be to help chess. They love chess too.
Yeah, they do. They do. And it's gonna be tough to beat that for $15 a month.
Right. And even at the high stuff, you can afford it.
It's great.
If you can afford, it's great. It really is great if you can afford the highest level. So. But to wherever you are, whatever level you are, there's an opportunity for you to get better at something a game you love to play.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we might actually get Jesse to listen to this one.
Yeah,
Nah.
uh, tell them all we did. We did one big promo for Chess Dojo.
That's right. We didn't even get a free month. Why do I crack myself up so much? And why do I keep laughing? Because Doctor's frozen again. We're trying to come up with a way to cover it. He needs to get his squirrel to become a rabbit. You need to become a rabbit and get that rabbit going in the circle to make your internet run. This is a long one. Doctor's really, really frozen. Oh, wait, he blinked. He's back. He's
No,
back.
I'm back. I'm back.
All right.
I'm back.
I started talking about your rabbit and your squirrel, so I was kind of
I know. I live in a snow globe on the top of a mountain. I apologize for all the
that's right.
frozen moments.
That's right. He's got Fred Flintstone's internet.
But listen, if you have questions, if you have disagreements, laytochess@gmail.com. Let us
Oh,
know.
Doctor, look at
All
you.
right.
The tattoo on
That's
your
right.
wrist came in handy, didn't
That's
it? Oh,
it's the little things in life. It's the little things in life. But
yeah.
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
If you have a topic, let us know.
Yeah. If we missed something about the dojo and you said, hey, does it do this? We'll answer yes or no, or maybe we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Or maybe we'll get a sensei to come. Hey,
Maybe.
you forgot this.
Yeah, we haven't had Jesse on in weeks.
Yeah. Weeks. We need Jesse.
That's right. He's always fun. All right, sir. That was a fun one. Thank you.
Have a good night, everybody.
My daughter calls me a five head because I used to be a four
Wow.
head, but now it's a five.
Oh, that is awesome. That is great.
I'm
A
like, what do you
five.
mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about? My kid's like, oh, Dad, I feel like I'm going to be the first Rebello in the history. And I tell people this first Rebello in the history of all Rebellos. And we go back to the princes of Portugal that will be bald.
Nah, if you're not done
I
by
don't
now, you're done.
look
No,
at it. Look,
that's a good five head,
it's
man.
it's coming now.
That-
Five. It's
That's a
6.5.
might be
Easy.
six, might be six.
Yeah. So,
You know what it is?
but,
It's you thin on top when you use your brain a lot.
oh man, I hope that's
It
true.
burns the
Uh,
follicles, you know?
the coals. Yeah, all right. Yes, indeed, my friend. That was a good one.
Yeah, I liked it. We covered a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I learned stuff about the JoJo.
I figured once I started clicking, I'm like, he's never clicked on this.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it
Classes?
is
There's classes?
classes. Class. I'm like, wait, what's all that stuff?
I can
I just
learn the
figured
King's Indian right here?
I know. I wouldn't have bought the book. Gone it. Damn. I'm not buying no more books.
Bet you do.
Oh, not anymore. I got those four openings. That's all I'm working on.